right. Let's get it right. Let's get it right. Let's get it right. Let's get it right.
You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Dilla T. And this is No Filters. Always appreciate you hitting that like button for me. Subscribing to the channel so you don't miss an episode and sharing this with the world. And of course, family, when you come in, get comfortable. Get you something to eat. Get you something to drink. Get you something to smoke if that's what you do. Cause you see the title, fam. Let's get into this here.
Family, what's the word? We're about to review and react to some commentary from Black Balloon, one of my favorite channels. Bro broke the code, y'all. He broke the code. We were thinking Super Bowl. We were thinking all of these things until I saw this Black Balloon video. Oh my goodness, I really feel like he answered the question. I really do. Now, it said that Lil Jon is on tour with Pitbull. Now, you gotta start here. They both came out together. If you remember back in the day, they came out together because I was kind of thrown by Pitbull's pivot into the Latino genre. Like, dude, you're a rapper. You started out rapping. What happened? Now they're on a tour. Now, I say that to say this. Pitbull, we know he went catastrophic. This dude was out of this world. His platform is huge and it's everlasting. Timeless music if you're into that genre. So now they rebirth Lil Jon, put him on this platform, and then garnered more energy around his name. Some people say you gotta give to receive. Let's see what Black Balloon's talking about.
Jimmy on the beat.
Announced for immediate release. It's the I'm Back tour featuring Pitbull,
Mr. Worldwide,
with special guest Lil Jon.
no way, what? Okay.
Hollywood Casino Amphitheater, September 18th. Tickets go on
Well,
sale.
is that you here right now?
She's commenting on her own impression.
No one else did.
I don't do that.
I wanted to make sure everybody knew that it was me and not the actual Lil Jon.
It is spot on. I will give you that. January 30th. Tickets don't even go on sale until January 30th. 10 a.m. I thought might be a typo. Why would they announce it?
That's an early, that's a hot show. It's popping. I do say so myself.
Yeah, you did.
Tickets don't go on sale to January 30th. So the tickets went on sale. A little bit after that, whatever happened, happened. The numbers equaled what they equaled up to. We didn't make them up. This is just what the numbers are. A lot of people were skeptical of the situation. Every time somebody has, well, allegedly, almost every time somebody has a resurgence like this, it's something with it. It is something with it. But when I listened to Black Balloon, y'all, I ran to my computer, set my butt down to do this video because it's still not sitting right with me. And I think this next segment of the video is gonna settle things for a lot of you. Let's get it.
All right, y'all. We back with another video, man. Y'all already know what's going on, all right? Now, check this out. This post was made on January 30th. Mind you, Lil Jon's son went missing, what's that, 5 days later? It's 31 days in January, right? Basically, 5-6 days later. Had no idea about this. I don't follow Lil Jon on IG. I don't follow Pitbull. You know, When they collab, they're huge. Pitbull was huge. I don't think anyone's really thought about Pitbull much at all, unless you're a huge fan or whatever, right? They are going on a I'm Back tour. North America, all over the country, with special guest Lil Jon. Now, the timing of this is something I just can't ignore. I can't ignore it. I can't ignore it. This is what we be talking about. It's not us pulling stuff out of thin air. The timing of it just doesn't make any sense. They announced a huge tour. This is huge. This starts May 14th and doesn't end until the end of September. They're touring all summer except the month of July. It'll be interesting to see how much money they make off this tour. Regardless, this is gonna pull in a lot of money. This is a Live Nation. Pitbull, millions of fans. Lil Jon, millions of fans. You can't ignore it.
Did y'all really think they was gonna give Lil Jon this opportunity to rebrand, like not only rebrand, but just to take stage with this vast of a crowd or fan base or whatever? They're not gonna give this man this opportunity and not getting something in return. Allegedly. I'm tongue-tied because it's so much that I want to say, but because things are so different, you got to be mindful of what you say if you want to, if you want to stay monetized. The energy grab, the new family, soul, chakra, the hand gestures. I'm not surprised, y'all. I just had to find this video. I had to find the thing that made me think this is what it's for. And this is it right here. This dude has not been that relevant lately, you guys. He hasn't. Not at all. But what he's gonna reap from running around with Pitbull is gonna be greater than anything he's probably amassed in his whole tenure in this field of work.
Real cocktails, perfectly mixed.
Hit that like button, double tap that screen. You in here with your boy Dilla T, don't get it twisted.
Guarantees matter, especially on your brakes. Firestone Complete Auto Care.
Yeah. With a custom workout plan to refine.
Carolyn, this is John Kennedy.
There's your world.
We're back! All the bodies come out, and we need the little jiggles. You gotta jump like me too. Yeah, you gotta get the dreads too. Get your ticket now!
As you see, they're excited to be back, to go on this tour. Didn't y'all say Lil Jon was in a Hyundai commercial as well? This is a full-blown, damn near rebrand. Lil Jon like a halfway bodybuilder now. He don't even look the same. You know what I'm saying? This is damn near a full-blown rebrand. And a price has to be paid for this. When you're not relevant at all to the music industry anymore, and I don't know, I don't listen to Pitbull, I don't know what he's been doing lately. I haven't even been on Lil Jon, no one has. When you're not relevant and you get a sponsored tour or, you know, booked and stuff through Live Nation, that comes with a price. That comes with a price, y'all. And this right here just confirms that Lil Jon paid that price. I had to start it off with this because now it's making even more sense. And they posted this on January 30th once again. It's just making more sense now. Unbelievable, y'all. And just what, 5-6 days later, his son just randomly goes, you know, flying out the house Just like a lot of y'all said, the movie, I watched it too. What's the movie called again? Weapons. With the little kids flying out the house in the middle of the night. Just like y'all said, it's starting to make sense now, y'all.
I can tell y'all right now, we're not gonna get too much footage. If any, we're not. When I went on Google Maps, I seen the whole layout. The whole layout, y'all. These are nice homes in this neighborhood. Homes in the hood got porch cams, whatever, doorbell cams. Apartments in the hoods, in the hallways got doorbell cams also. Why can't we get any footage of his son running out the house at 6 a.m. on the 3rd or the 6th of February to be found on the 9th? Why can't we get any footage of that? Why can't we see it if he just bolted out the house at 6 a.m.? Come on, we're not gonna see anything like that, and nobody's gonna be held accountable. This energy was garnered because of this re-emergence of this person. He wanted it. And like bro said, he just did a Hyundai commercial and all of that. For a man that's left his primary family, got another family, another child, it's a new beginning. This is sick, y'all. And I'm not saying this is what happened. This is all alleged. It's all for satirical purposes, wink, wink. But let's get back to the video. This is irritating me. We're gonna end it right there, y'all. I wanted to put this out there because like I said in the beginning of the video, I knew it was something, I just couldn't put my finger on it. And I really feel like
Liberty, 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 liberty. Whoa, can you believe all this food fits in one box? Holy!
At 6 o'clock a.m. at his house. Damn, this sad. So if y'all ain't heard, cause we know Lil Jon was just set to perform at the Super Bowl, right? But then he gotta deal with this. Lil Jon's son, Nathan Smith, been missing for like over a week now. They said he was last seen at 6 o'clock a.m. at his house in Milton. But y'all, it was kind of weird because they say he ran out naked. No phone, no wallet, no shoes, no keys, no nothing. And damn, y'all, so the police did announce that they did find a body in the Milton Pond, and they believe it was Nathan Smith. And right now, they said that they don't think there was any foul play. I mean, that seemed a little weird. Like, that don't seem like somebody trying to, plan to run away. It seemed like that was an emergency or something, And y'all, they said he was 27 years old. You think, how can a 27-year-old drown himself in a pond? Is ponds that deep?
Breaking news, Milton, Georgia, DJ Young Slade, the son of renowned rapper Lil Jon, born Jonathan Smith, was reported missing this Tuesday. According to authorities, he was last seen around 6 a.m. on Tuesday, February 3rd, in the area of Mayfield Road near Baldwin Drive in Milton. Police stated that DJ Young Slade ran out of his home and has not been seen since. He left on foot without a phone. Officials indicated he may be disoriented and in need of assistance, adding that he might not be wearing clothes and may have no belongings with him. Details that have raised concerns about a possible mental health episode. Search efforts are currently focused on Mayfield Lake along Baldwin Drive. Authorities are unsure whether the lake is connected to his disappearance, but have included the area in the intensive search. Lil Jon, widely known for his early 2000s hit songs and signature production style, has drawn community-wide attention following his son's sudden disappearance. Police are urging residents in the area to remain alert and assist in the search. We stand with Lil Jon and his family, praying for the safe return of DJ Young Slade.
No, we're here to talk about Lil Jon. Y'all know who Lil Jon is. You could almost say he's hip hop legend. Creator basically of the crunk movement out of Atlanta, Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, I mean, he had a run that was almost like no other. Then he was able to transition into like, you know, he was doing like house kind of stuff, just all around DJ. And he's also been climbing his way back up lately. Lately, he's been in the mix a lot more, and it made even more sense on why this very strange story happened. Now, to a lot of people, they're gonna be like, oh wow, that's tragic. But to us, we already know what is going on. Very strange story, and I don't believe a lick of it. At least not what happened afterwards. So who you're looking at is Lil Jon and his 27-year-old son. Instantly makes you think of something called the 27 Club. Now, yes, his son was a DJ. He was not a rock star like the original 27 Club members. But to land on that number, you know, when he died, it makes it a little bit more red flaggish as we're going to read some of these details. Now, this is the neighborhood, or this is the pond that he was found in. I'm not exactly sure if this is Lil Jon's neighborhood in Milton, Georgia, or if this was his neighborhood. I'm not sure if he stays with his dad. He's 27. This is in Milton, Georgia. Crazy thing is, y'all, this is not far at all from where I live. I don't live in the city of Atlanta anymore. This is not far at all. When I say at all, like, this is literally right down the street. That's what makes this story even crazier. So, Nathan Smith, 27 years old, right? So it says on the morning of February 3rd, catch that numerology, this was Tuesday morning, Milton Police Department officers responded to a report of a missing adult in the area of Baldwin Drive in Milton, Georgia. Responding officers determined that a Milton resident, Nathan Smith, had left his residence under unusual circumstance and could not be located. The Milton Police Department immediately began search efforts and coordinated with multiple partner agencies that assisted in searching for Mr. Smith over several days. Y'all, supposedly, he just ran out of the crib Tuesday morning, early in the morning. I think it was at 6 in the morning. February 3rd, I think at 6 in the morning. Ran out of his house on foot, no phone, and they say he may have been disoriented and in need of assistance. After being unable to locate Mr. Smith during that time, teams expanded the search to include a pond in Mayfield Park near Smith's Milton residence on February 6, 2026 at approximately 11:53 a.m. We're talking about 3 days later. Went missing at 6 a.m. on the 3rd. 3 days later on the 6th at 11:53 a.m., divers with the Cherokee County Fire Department located and recovered a body from the pond. The individual is believed to be Nathan Smith, y'all, pending official confirmation by the Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office. Based on the investigation to date, there's no indication of foul play. However, the Milton Police Department Criminal Investigations Division will continue to treat this as an open and active investigation. Y'all, they are telling us this 27-year-old man with no history of mental illness, they say he ran out of the house on foot, no phone. They just say he seemed like he was disturbed. I think there was even footage of it. I think. I'll show y'all some news clips, and, you know, we're going to tie this to something else that was said recently that lets you know what these people are willing to do for more money, more time on this earth. The numerology is all over this. Number one, it just doesn't make sense at all. At all.
Chewy Pharmacy's Zooms Pet Meds right to your door. Fast. And now, get 20% off.
Upgrade your Jimmy John sandwich to a combo for $1. A single. A buckarooski. Yeah, I made that last one.
We knew our last Verbo was going to be incredible. We didn't know the hot tub was broken, but thanks to Verbo Care and 24/7.
Confidence is not a mindset, it's an achievement. In the GMC
They said he ran out of the house, and immediately they were able to get a team to start searching for him. So this wasn't a case where, all right, he goes missing, you have to wait a certain amount of time, see if he comes back home. They just immediately said the police were helping look for him. 3 days, not a single word from him. And then on the 6th, he's found in a pond, in water, where a lot of these sacrifices, they supposedly find them in water. Y'all remember Stranger Things, right? Y'all remember when Will, you know, they tried to fake the death of Will in Stranger Things? I mean, there's plenty of other examples, you know, but this is the first one that comes to my head. Y'all remember when they tried to fake the death of Will, right? And they found him in the pond, in the river. And then when Hop went to the morgue and stuff, found out that the body was fake and it was stuffed with foam and newspaper, same thing. It's these sacrifices, these rituals, always happens in water. You know, like they say, a puddle of water, a portal of water. What was the most recent one, probably the most famous in a while? Theo Huxtable. What is that telling us, y'all? The numbers are just, it's over with already. Left out at 6 a.m. on the 3rd, 3 days later, found on the 6th. The numbers tell us exactly what happened. And the story just absolutely, so he just runs out of the house and 3 days later he found in some water dead. That's it. That's all. I couldn't even for one single second believe that story. That is insane. But with that being said, let's get into a clip from Lil Jon talking about his experiment, you know, opening up, you know, his spirit on a certain drug that's kind of like ayahuasca, but not the same thing. And I got another clip I want to show y'all as well. Check this out.
I did EMDR. Did you ever do EMDR?
I never did EMDR.
EMDR is amazing because it taps into your subconscious. When I did EMDR, stuff came out that I didn't know was there. So it can it can find the root of why you got that trauma. And then like,
so I did that with ayahuasca.
Yeah, I have not done any of that. I don't want to do it. I'm thinking about it, but I don't want it to change me.
It won't.
Because I just feel like I'm already at a certain place. Yeah. But I do want to go tap into those things that I have locked deep away.
A lot of people who've done EDMR tell me that the ayahuasca experience is pretty similar because it just everything that is in your subconscious that you suppressed, right? God is like, no, look at it here. Yeah. It's all on the table.
Is that a scary feeling though when you got to face all that stuff?
No, it's profound. EMDR is profound because it's like, that's why I act like that. Or that's why my mother treated me that way. Or this is why that happened. It helps you. And then like EMDR, like when I did it recently, I was able to go to my childhood self and say, it's okay.
Wow.
Now that clip may not mean much to some people, but what made it, you know, really interesting to me is that he was talking about that experience with Charlemagne. Y'all remember when we did the video on Charlemagne talked about how he took ayahuasca and, you know, he met that mother spirit and he talked to that spirit. And it just kind of like set off a red flag that Lil Jon talked about that experience with someone else who's also basically initiated. Remember we talked about Charlemagne with that $200 million deal with iHeartRadio just out of nowhere. And I wonder what Lil Jon has up his sleeves now that, you know, his son, in my eyes, has clearly been sacrificed. So what I want to do is show y'all this other clip, right? Now, this comes from the podcast where it's a sports podcast, right? And y'all gonna find this really interesting. The guy on the podcast, right, Crawford, the boxer who fought Canelo recently, and he won that fight. He basically is retired, right? I think he's about 36, 37 years old. And one of the guys on the podcast is Chan Crowder. And he asked Crawford, you know, how much money would it take for him to get back in the ring? 100 million, 75 million, whatever. And, you know, Channing Crowder just happened to say that for 100 million, they could have his soul. And when this happened with the whole Lil Jon thing, I was like, you know what? It's just another confirmation of what people are willing to do, what they're actually willing to give up in order to obtain money and more time on this earth, like I said before. And he really said, for $100 million, you can have my soul. And Crawford was like, well, we know what kind of person you are. We know your character. Because he was saying, I wouldn't do it. You gotta have, you know, you gotta stand on something. And if $100 million will, you know, make you happy and trade your soul away, then we know who you are. But anyways, check this out real quick, and then we'll come back and wrap the video up. Check this out.
Like, my thought is everything has a price. There is not a number that can get you back in that ring. 80 million, 100 million.
Nah, because now you selling your soul.
$100 million, you can have my soul.
That's you. Now we know your character. Sometimes, you know, you look at people and you be like, dang, man, you ain't got no dignity, you ain't got no morals. Like, come on, man. Like, what you gonna stand for if everything is about money?
Now, what's crazy is that podcast is full of former NFL players. They, you know, especially the one who said, $100 million, you can have my soul. He'd already played for the Miami Dolphins. He's already been a part of $1 million contracts. And he's still willing to give up his soul for money. He's already been behind the curtain. He's already done something that thousands of young kids want to do still to this day that will never do it. And that's see the locker rooms of an NFL football team. Sign a check from an NFL franchise. And he still is willing to sell his soul for money. And I like the way Crawford just basically, you know, he stood on his 2 feet and said, that's you. Now we see your character. You the type of person that'll do whatever for amount of money. And I'm not. And the only reason I showed that is because it just goes right back to what I believe happened with Lil Jon and his son. There's always a reason. You allow fame, you are allowed to be a part of that club, you eventually have to give up something. And it'll be very interesting if Lil Jon's son, I'm pretty sure that was his firstborn son. And at 27 years old, somehow he runs out the house at 6 a.m. in the morning, and 3 days later, he's found nearby in a pond, dead. No further details. Runs out of the house, running from who knows what, and just 3 days later, you couldn't find him. Right in the area of where he stayed. Took you 3 days to find him in a pond. He just magically appeared in a pond where you probably have been searching in that area before anyway. For a 27-year-old man, I just find it weird. What happened in those 3 days? Where was he in those 3 days? Yeah, a very weird story. But it is right on point, and it matches, you know, the things that we usually get from people who are connected to the industry, hip-hop world, Hollywood. It's the same MO. So with that being said, y'all, oh yeah, and if y'all are wondering, who is this on the screen? This is Lil Jon just looking crazy as hell back when he was like in high school. Jonathan Smith. Crazy pictures right here. But with that being said, y'all, it's Black Balloon, and I'm gonna see y'all soon, all right? I'm out.
Okay, y'all. The word is out now, y'all, and this is some crazy stuff. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Word on the street is, y'all, Lil Jon was making a comeback a couple days before his son went missing. Oh yes, y'all. Before his son went missing, he was on the verge of a comeback tour. And we're about to talk about it, y'all, because y'all know we're going to talk about it over here. Hello and welcome to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you to my day ones, twos, and threes. Thank you to all my new subscribers. And fours. Thank you to all my new subscribers that's coming in. That means well. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you all and welcome, welcome, welcome. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only, so everything is alleged. Some is not, and the fair act use is in my description box, y'all. So let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. Before we get started, happy Wednesday. I hope everyone had a wonderful day. Please stay safe and all that good stuff. Please stay aware of your surroundings, and please, y'all, watch the company you keep, because if
Okay, so double tap that screen, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss an episode, and share this with the world. And of course, family, when you come in, get comfortable, get you something to eat, get you something to drink, get you something to smoke if that's what you do. Tell them, cat. See, we don't want no goofies in here because they already done tapped in. Let me tell you what's going on for real right now. See, this is the exact activity and the behavior that we're talking about that we consistently see for us to know what happened right here with Lil John. And the biggest part about it, my partners and my fellows and my fellowettes, to the gangsters and the homies in a way in the back, listen to what I'm saying. When somebody passed away, when someone passes away, the reasoning is clear in our world. In our world, when someone passes away, the reason is clear. People find out there's some type of basis of a funeral, a celebration, a memorial of some sort. For some reason, in Hollywood, when someone passes away, it's always a mystery. There's always a secret admirer, a mystery, murder she wrote, CSI. I mean, it's always cold case files. It's always just go gadget. You know what I'm saying, fam? Like it's always a mystery. And as we know ourselves at this point, and like I told you how the elite move, how people move, we know the script. We continue to see the script, hear the script over and over again. What I want to know is, do you think Lil John is not going to be questioned about his son? Because at this point, you finna go on worldwide tour and all of a sudden your people come up missing. Then they come up unalive, around the corner from your house. You got all this money, everybody know you. Your son run out the house with his phone left. See, to me, because you know here at No Filters, we read the headline, then we read in between the lines. For that person that asked, do I talk? Cat told you I do talk. But see, right here, we read the headlines first. And then we read in between the lines. Anybody people just don't run out their house, leave their phone and don't find up or end up in a destination. The only way you running out your house without your phone is if you just got a call. And even getting that call, you gonna take your phone with you. The only way you run out your house is if one, your dog is attacking somebody in your house is attacking you. Oh, let's talk about, we're gonna talk about reasons why you would run out your house. Your dog is attacking somebody. Somebody's attacking you in your house. You might see your neighbor getting attacked. Kids could be fighting. Some kid could get hit by a car. A dog could be trying to get an adult. A kid. Oh, let's keep going down the list. Why you running out your house? Your house on fire. Why you running out your house? Oh, you forgot to get the kids from school. We got to get out the house. But even then, you got your phone. See, these is reasons why we running out the house without our phone. Okay? Type it right now. You just ran out the house because something is in your car that you got to hurry up and get. So you leave your phone in the house. Okay? So you running out. You just thought about something. You got to hurry up and get it out the car. You run down to the car, get it out. You're going to leave your phone right there on the bed. That's normal. For you to run out the house without the phone and nobody hears from you no more, that ain't normal. That ain't normal whatsoever. I don't care what you say. That's not a reason to leave your phone and then not hear from you no more. So, you know, one or two things to me that's just happened here allegedly. Either somebody was in that house and that boy ran out that house because he was in danger. Something else that could have happened. The M to the K to the U could have been involved as well mentally. Let's understand, you operating with some heavy folk, been around a long time. MK could have been involved here. See, that's the second option. See, I'm talking about something that's got you running out the house and leaving your phone. Somebody in your house doing something to you, you run out the house. But even if you run out the house, you gonna run to somebody's house and get on the phone. So we gotta X that one out. You almost have to X that one out. Because if somebody's attacking you in your house and you run out your house, you gonna run to the nearest phone to call your people. And by the way, this Lil Jon Eastside boy son, what? Your daddy famous. You run out the house, all you got to yell out is, hey, my daddy Lil Jon. Yeah, you could just pull up and yell out, yeah, this my daddy. Where your phone at? I need to call my people. These is reasons. But see, when the people get involved, they think about this. Ellen DeGeneres. I want to know if y'all heard this. Ellen DeGeneres, wife. Ellen DeGeneres' wife. She was accused of being unalived in the ambulance. They said she ran out the house, was running around talking about they trying to do something to me. And then when they finally got her, they put her in the ambulance, strapped her down on the bed. They showed footage of this woman of them coming out of trying to put her on the ambulance bed, going into the ambulance. And she literally rose up, fam, like Undertaker on WWF. Ha! You hear me? They tried to strap her down and pronounce that she was unalive. And as the camera footage watching her as we watching her from the helicopter, looking down to the ambulance, this woman is literally getting up, fighting to get off the bed. Oh my God. See, you talking about diabolical. That's beyond diabolical. She was fighting to get up. Point I'm making is they try to put her down, pronounce her, and she still was alive. Now, what's you telling me that you talking about this boy was somewhere, ran out of his house and ended up at some pond some pool around the corner. Yet he in danger, but he ain't called to nobody's house to do nothing. But y'all all of a sudden want to say he on shrooms. He out his mind. The boy need therapy. This narrative has been used so much that you almost have to smack yourself if you believe it. Come on, Nat, what you doing? This has been used so much that you almost got to smack yourself for believing this for a second. You really thought for a second Lil John just lost his son. God just took him, huh? Because he bored? What? You really? What is wrong with you? This boy about to go across the globe. We don't listen to Lil Jon Eastside Boys no more. We ain't heard a Pitbull song in who knows. But all of a sudden, the comeback is real, huh? Pitbull got a little weight on him, and Lil Jon all of a sudden the bodybuilder. Something ain't right. And all of a sudden your son, who got a name out here, the man named DJ. Come on, man, listen to me, man. What's more valuable? Losing your son, who is actually a known figure out here, or just nothing? Because who else you got? I mean, this is what else is funny to me. You don't really understand the relationship with parents and kids. You don't really know their relationship. You see them on these pictures with arms around each other, but you don't know if he didn't really rock with his son. You don't know if his son really rocked with him. Point I'm making is, you can never judge a book by its cover. And you damn sure ain't judging these magazine covers. Because the script is so intactful. Because why all of a sudden Lil Jon finna come up? This boy finna go make $1 billion on tour. And ain't done nothing but been on. This man been making, let me tell you what Lil Jon been doing. This boy been on somebody's channel giving small buses or buses, turning buses into doped out tiny houses or something, or vehicles on something. This man is literally making over cars or making over houses. That's what he's been doing on a certain channel. He making over stuff on channels. He ain't making no money. He making some money, but he ain't making no noise. He making a little money. He making some regular money, but he ain't making no noise. That ain't the money he used to. That boy used to Lil Jon Eastside Boys money. What you talking about? What? He used to Pitbull money. He made an Usher money. He used to Ludacris. That boy done had hits, boy. Okay, he making over houses. That's what he been doing. That boy tired. He bored. He like, nah, we ain't doing that. He called Pitbull. Pitbull called him like, listen, I want to know who called who. Because this man ain't used to this money, man. And that plenty money he done got from the music, it's time to get some more. See, y'all be thinking these people got plenty money. Let that go. He ain't making no noise thinking he got plenty money. You don't know what that man spending his money on. You don't know where the money been going. A lot of people you think got money ain't got no money. And then they got money and what they spending it on is stupid. But why would he all of a sudden go do a global tour right quick if he got money? Nah, hold up, don't do that. If that man got money, why would he finna go do a global tour? Make it make sense, man. You don't know his relationship with his son. I haven't seen an emotional breakdown, conversation, public anything about anything. But yet you see him and Pitbull doing energy like they finna go on tour. And he amped up and amped. And you don't hear nothing about nothing with his son. So when I say this is the criteria, this is the ignorance they've been moving, and this is the way. And the fact that he has to do this to survive is sad, because to me, I look at a person like Lil Jon who can really hold his own weight. Why? He's respected by all. He's created music with all. What I'm not understanding is, why you gotta go this route? And that's where you wrong thinking he got big money. Because if you gotta ask yourself why he gotta go this route to get a bag, he gotta go on some global tour with Pitbull and allegedly his son paying the price for it. Come on, man. Why you gotta go that route? So stop sitting up in here talking about he got big money. He don't, because he taking that route. And if he had big money, he wouldn't have to take that route. He wouldn't care about on tour nothing. But you need to understand something. The things you acquire and inquire, the things you inquire, you must maintain. The things you accept, you must partake in. So you must understand, whatever he bought, whatever he got to maintain it. So even if he got all these cars, all he got to maintain. So you can buy them cars, that's cool. You ain't even got to drive them. They just yours. When we start talking about mansions, you start talking about different properties in different areas. Oh yeah, you start talking about different properties you done paid on. You paid that off. You don't know what people done paid off, ain't paid off, doing this just to make it look like that. So when we talking about what Lil Jon has and what he don't, you can't count his pockets. But you definitely know if a move like this was made, somebody was desperate. And if it was Pitbull who's desperate for it, which to in my nature, I wouldn't think it's Pitbull at all. Pitbull is on a whole nother earth with his music and his following and who with him. Okay, let's get that off the chain. That boy came out with the tough music. All of a sudden, he did a 360 and turned into, that's like Urkel turned into Stefan. That's what Pitbull did, like Family Matters. You remember Urkel? Everybody in here remember Urkel. That boy went Urkel to Stefan. That boy put the blazers on with the open collars, and he was in Miami with all of the mixed little babies. You understand? Doing the cha-cha-cha and the minga and the flaminga and the lalinga and the babinga. You feel me? Yeah. And he turned that into billions. That's all he doing. You know you want me, you know I want ya, you know you want me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, getting that popcorn money. Yeah, getting that Miami money. That bada bang, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom, bada bang. Getting that money. Huh? Tell me like I ain't know what I'm talking about. That boy there. Man, ain't even got a rap, BJ. That boy got 30 mixed bad beats. He just, look, just tequila. Yeah. Get that money. You talking about Tracy? What? Man, ain't even got to say nothing. Just pull up. Oh, Pitbull in the building. Everybody. Huh? You better get it right in here. That's what he doing when he want to do it. Man, they got to say them right now. He just bust out, what they want. What they want. Boy, just pack that. He can get money. Once he start doing it, he can get money. There, but, huh? Play with him and hurt. You better know what's going on, Lord. I ain't like that. Boy, you better know you get that money. So you got to look at Pitbull, and you got to look at it like, Pitbull ain't got to do that. He ain't got to get rid of nobody. Ain't nobody got to come up in the late miss. Ain't nobody got to come up mid. Ain't got to run out of the house. Ain't nobody got to be, none of that for that bag. Oh, he got to do that. That's it. If he be right, crazy work, ain't it? I know it. Hey. So you know what I'm saying? He got to do that. Lil Jon ain't got to do none of that. Lil Jon got to go through all that. He got to make calls. He got to figure out what his son is. He got to figure out who he about to take off the map. He got to figure out is it worth it. He got to figure out he going to be broke for the rest of his life. So he figured like, okay, I do this, I'm going to be set forever. Come on, fam. You feel me? it's just different, man. So them are the things I'm talking about when we talk about stuff like that, because here you have, you see what Lil John got to do, you see what Pitbull got to do. What Lori say, hit him with a bar, T. She said, give us a bar, T. Lori be kidding. Lori, that what you said, Lord? Is that what you on, Lord? Lori be kidding me. That what you on, Lori? Because you know Lori just won, so Lori can do what she wants. She just won the raffle. Shout out to Lori for winning the raffle. Lori can just come in and do whatever she wants. She want to get drunk right now and blow it up. Lori do what she want. Lori want to come in. That's how it was for Lori when she won the Pitbull. Hit her with the Pitbull. You feel me? We're going to call it hit her with the Pitbull. Lori said hit him with the board, fam. That what it was, Chris? Let me see. Farther than the farthest magnitude, simplifying a place that we can relate to. Similar traits make fools. Get it straight, fool. We obligated to make you yesterday's news. Whoa. That was for you, Lord. I was just trying to figure out what I was in. You know what I'm saying? It was just different. What'd I say? Farther than the farthest magnitude, simplifying a place that we can relate to. Similar traits make rules. Get it straight, fool. We obligated to make you yesterday's news. Gotta hand it to him. Woo, glory! There you is, Lori. That was for Lord. Bars for Lori. Lord. Hit that like button, double tap that screen if you rock with your boy Dilla T. Let me know if you rock with Dilla T. Don't even say nothing. Just let me know you rock with Dilla T and my fam in here. You feel me, fam? Fam, they call me white chocolate. Hold up. Is you a chick or you a man? King Fan 67 talking about white chocolate. Listen, hold up, G. That's different. Do that. I need to know you rock with your boy Dilla T and my fam. Let me know. Press 1 if you rock with your boy Dilla T and my fam in here. L. Thomas, where you been, fam? Okay, L. Thomas, you rolling up. I see it. It better be that. It better be that fall out. I'm talking about it better be that. You feel me? Fall out, fam. Press that 1 if you rock with your boy Dilla T and fam in here. That's why we coming and what we doing. But I'm just trying to tell you. Lil Jon got a reason to go that route. Pitbull don't have a reason to go that route. Think about it. Pitbull, they probably call Pitbull and say, hey, we're going to put you on tour. Pitbull said, no, call Lil Jon. We need him too. See what I'm saying? They like, hey, if you get Lil Jon, you know what's going to have to happen, don't you, bye? Pitbull like, what you mean what's going to have to happen? He like, you know what's going to have to happen if you call Lil Jon. That's what they tell him. You know what's going to have to happen if you call Lil Jon. Pitbull like, what you mean? Like, he like, you know what's gonna have to happen if you call Lil Jon. Pitbull like, for real? He gonna be like, yeah. He be like, I thought we could just, you know what I'm saying? They gonna be like, they gonna be like, no. You know what's gonna have to happen if we call Lil Jon. And Pitbull knew it. You understand? He knew it too. So, you know, it's a difference, fam, when we talking about who involved with this type of thing and who don't know and who do know and who want to act like they don't know. Because they all know. We all know at this point what this is. I heard this story and I automatically, think about it. Now be honest with me. Say yes or no. When you heard about Lil Jon losing his son, did you automatically think he really lost him or did you think some foolery happened? Yes or no? We gonna talk tonight, yes or no? You ain't just gonna watch me. You gonna interact with me. Did you think it was foul play when you heard this for the first time? The first time you heard Lil Jon lost his son, you was like, oh my God, Lil Jon, I feel so bad for you. Oh my God, Lil Jon, oh my God. Oh my God, oh my God, he lost his son. Did you feel like that or was you like, bruh, really? Was you like, bruh? Be real. Was you like, bruh, real? Okay, that's what I'm saying. So I wasn't like, oh my God, Lil John lost his son. I feel so bad for fam. It's so messed up. I heard it and was like, stop the cap. Bruh. You feel me? I heard and I looked, I'm like, bruh. You know, that's all you gotta say sometimes. You hear me, Chris, just be like, bruh. You hear me, Cat? Next time somebody don't need to be like, bruh. You know what I'm saying? You hear me, Lord? Just next foolery you heard, just look at somebody be like, bruh. Watch the world do it with you, just, bruh. You at work, somebody say something, just be like, bruh. I'm telling you. I ain't lying. Just do it. Watch what happen. They gonna change up on you. Just, bruh. Yeah, Theo. Bruh. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you hit him with the, bruh. Real. Nah. So that's how I felt for Lil Jon. Cause Lil Jon was just, bruh. So I knew it wasn't what it was. I knew it wasn't what it was. You feel me? But I got some information for y'all tonight that's gonna blow your brain off. Bruh. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When you come in, one of them ducks come in, just, bruh. You hear me, Chris? Just, bruh. Cause you know that what it is. Hit that like button, double tap that screen, and then tell them, bruh.
Just may save your life and keep you out of trouble. Okay, y'all? So let's get to it. Let's get to it. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We knew it over here on this page. Something was weird. Something was off about this whole story. And they really still not telling us a whole heap of lies. This is crazy, y'all. And if this don't have sacred to the fight written all over it, I don't know what to tell y'all. This is crazy. Lil John and Pitbull just announced January the 30th that they were making a comeback. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This is crazy news right here. This is crazy. A few days later, your son goes running out. And the word on the street is there are different stories coming out. Some people are saying that he didn't have no clothes on, no shoes on. All kinds of stories have been coming out. Now, the thing that I don't understand about this situation is, did they have camera footage? Was somebody in the house with him? If somebody seen him run out, why didn't they run behind him? You know, it's a lot of unanswered questions, and they all makes no sense, y'all, whatsoever. But this is the comeback tour. They just announced January the 30th. Y'all, boy, oh boy, oh boy. You can't make this shit go up right here. You can't. Pitbull, I'm back. North America with special guest Lil Jon. They are touring, y'all, from May the 14th to...
Bruh. Bruh. Cause what? Look at the difference between Pitbull and Lil Jon. When Pitbull do a tour, he says, that's what I'm saying. That boy said North America. He didn't say, we just coming to a city near you. No, that boy said, we taking over North America. Ain't nobody else got that on their tour card. Bruh. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Hit me here now, bruh. The man got North America on a tour card. What? That ain't regular. You understand me? So I'm telling you, if this mixed mother called this black mother, and now both of them mother, somebody gonna pay the price. If you not the big mother, the little mother gonna have to do something to be in position with the big mother. You ain't know that? Is you stupid? If Lil Jon was on the same level as Pitbull, you have a different type of conversation. You understand? It'll be a different conversation. But come on, bruh. For real. Jamaica in the building. Hit that like button, double tap that screen, keep going.
September the 26th, y'all. And something is telling me really quickly. Let me write this down real quick. Give me a second, y'all. I just have to see May 14th to September. I want to see what's coming up in the my gematria calculator. I just have to, y'all. I'm sorry. Give me a second, y'all. I should have had this already up. I gotta check this out. It's just something weird about this. You know, the news story with all the, numerology numbers and just weirdness, y'all. May 14th, let's see this. 2026 to September 26th. September 26th. How ironic is this, y'all? We still in this day and age. So that 192 is popping up. 192. Is that the date yet? Wait a minute. So they say they found him on the 6th, right, y'all? February 6th, that's 26. 192 is popping up, 412 and 135. That's the numbers that's popping up. 4 months, 12 days. That's that 4 again, 4 months. 19 weeks and 2 days, or 135 calendar days is popping up. I don't know if I have my gematria. Give me 1 second, y'all. I gotta log in to my gematria, because I gotta check this out, y'all. What is my, I hate it. Then, y'all, I'm just saying, this don't make no sense. So, all of these years, this guy has not been out here doing nothing. Right when you're on the verge of a comeback, your only son passes away. You would have thought that his son would have been happy that he's getting back on and all of this stuff. He looked like he was going through some stuff. He's a cutie pie. This guy shaved off his eyebrows, shaved his head. There was some serious stuff going on. And they say that he had some issues, but did y'all see him DJing and stuff? It didn't look like nothing was wrong with him. Why right before the comeback tour, y'all? Why?
And see, that's the MK part I'm talking about. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. We're about to cook in here right now. We're about to cook right now. Listen to me. That's the part I'm talking about when I say about MK being involved. Because if this man was in his right mind, moving regular, and I'm going to say right mind because anytime you talking about you're not in your wrong or you're not doing wrong, we're going to think you in your right. So you telling me you in your right mind, and then all of a sudden one day you shave your head, shave your eyebrows, and run out your house. And now you're found in a pond 6 days later. No, some ain't making no sense about it, and that ain't nothing but, bruh. Because to me, how would you not want to know? That man was DJing. He in Atlanta, where the parties party and the players play, where it's like 6 women to 1 man. What? This man a DJ. I'm sure he's seeing every part of every woman's body he can at any time he wants. Not to mention you Lil Jon's son. Excuse me. But this is the Hollywood we talking about. You a famous person's son, and now you shaved your eyebrows and your head, and now you ran out the house. It's always the famous people kids. Always. And then they want to paint the picture that the famous people kids and they depressed because they got all this spotlight going on them. See what I'm saying? Shaving your, Theo said, shaving your head is one thing, But shaving your eyebrows is another level, bruh. And Cat said, I don't buy it. I don't need the Cat. Because I'm going to tell you right now. Again, reasons to run out of the house. It's not that. You're not running out the house because you shaved your eyebrows. You shaved your eyebrows. Something about your life says, I don't value worlds no more. Something about your life says, I don't value family no more. I don't value life. I don't value God giving me life and that more abundantly. I don't want life no more. It's something about a woman shaving her head when she get into it in a relationship because you know now she just shaved her head. She trying to let something go. You better hear me. It's something about a man wanting a new hairstyle. He gonna do a nice cut, something different, just something to go different, just to be different. New you, new feeling, new awakening. A reset. Something to motivate you. But when you shave your eyebrows, you further let me know the pride, the lust of the pride, the lust of the flesh, pride of life is no longer in you. It is no longer with you. You no longer see life as you once did before. Why? Because in that moment, shame is not upon that man no more. You better hear me today. Savage in the building. In those moments, shame is not running his life no more as it does ours. We all are victims to shame. You better hear me. We all are victims to shame. The way we have to get up and dress, the way we proceed. In the black community, the reason why we care so much about the style is because of what we never had. You better hear me today. Double tap that screen. Tell somebody next to you, listen. It's a reason in the black community why we care more about spending $200 on shoes and clothes than we do in our house. The lack of value that we have been paid attention to and the less we've been felt of what we've been through is why we care so much about the character of our personalities today, on how we present ourselves when we come out the house. That is the only reason why. You can look at a white person and see how they dress right now compared to a black person when they come out the house. Especially if you're from where I'm from. We don't see it the same. You ain't been through what I've been through. Nothing of that. We never, ever felt seen. And when we were seen as slaves. We were seen as doormats. We were seen as We were seen humiliated daily. We was used, abused. So for that reason and those reasons only, we care about that black dress. We care about that black suit. We care about them black shoes. We care about that red hat. We care about them glasses, that belt buckle, them earrings, that chain, that... Somebody hear me. Somebody hear me. Somebody hear me. It's a reason why we care about how we looking when we come out the house. Them folk don't feel like that because they didn't go through that. They didn't have to feel like that. They come outside, put some Wranglers on in a t-shirt, and they hitting right to it. They don't care where they at, where they going. It's a reason. But I tell you that to say even more why you shave your eyebrows off your face, shame don't live there no more. Matter of fact, whatever you felt, whatever you felt, there's no control there no more. And see, MK being involved with that, oh, you not in control no more. Because somebody telling you what to do. Somebody's programming you to do what you're doing. Oh, let me tell you what would be so diabolical. Because to use MK on your life to get you to do something is what's going on with the military life. Oh, we talking now. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. You about to learn something tonight. Become a member. You better hear me, become a member. This is the ways of how certain militaries have operated over our lives. It's called just a program. You can just type it in and program these people to do this. when we started to hear that technology went from over there to Hollywood, that's when you knew things like this can happen. Why? Because I said they shaved his eyebrows and he ran out the house unattended, phone gone, nothing mattered, and found by some water around the corner, not in another state, around the corner. Bruh. So, what makes you think it's not MK? What makes you think Lil Jon didn't say, hey, listen, I have somebody for you? I'm not hearing nobody sorry. I'm not hearing nobody crying, mourning. I don't hear nothing from this situation that says this shouldn't have happened. And then it's funny too, because these rich people, you don't know who they taking care of. You don't know who they taking care of. You don't know how many people in these mansions. You don't know how many bills they make up for. You don't know how many households they run. So when they choosing to do something like this, or allegedly sacrifice is all over it, or it's looking like that type of activity, who's to say it isn't? See, that's what I'm saying. What's here to say this is not sacrifice? What's to say that this is not Lil Jon coming back and that he has to pay a debt to come back to the game? That Charlie Kirk situation, broad daylight, and they still didn't get it right. Think about that for a second. Broad daylight, Charlie Kirk in front of everybody, and they still deceived us with who did it. Bold face lied. Boldly. Boldly lied. Boldly. So for us not to even know what happened, not even see it happen broad day and just hear about it, I don't feel for Lil Jon, because he's in a position he's in, and he knows what comes with that. So it's not a thing about, oh, he's shocked or did it this or did it do. No, he knows. He's been around a very long time. He knows what it takes to be on top. For you to just be on top tomorrow, he knows what it takes. For you to be on top next year, he knows what it takes. He knows every level of what it takes to do anything. Small, medium, large. It don't matter. He knows. Because to be honest with you, the time Lil Jon and them came out, I don't think they had to do a lot of the things they doing today. I don't think they had to back then like that. Because that'll make you think now that they was skating by, getting all that money and not having to do certain rituals, not having to do so. Think about Lil Jon and them. You didn't think no Lil Jon Eastside boys doing rituals and no songs in no club. All you knowing is put your hands with your fist, where your hip is. Put your hands up, put your hands up, put your hands with your... Ain't nothing about Lil Jon music saying sacrifice, or ritual, humiliate, none of it. So that further lets me know that he got by with all that money without doing a lot of stuff we never think that he might not have done. But yet now he wants to come back. Or now he wants to be back. And the tour is called I'm Back. So there's no way you telling me that boy ain't got to do what they all doing today. Because back then they can look at him like, let me tell you something, Lil Jon. You didn't pay no debt. You did the music. Y'all was all over the club. We made sure you ate. You produced for 1,000 people. But you ain't pay us nothing. You didn't pay no debt. You owe us, dirty. You want to get on tour with Pitbull? Oh, you gonna pay your debt. So that's how I see this, family. I don't see this no other way. We cooking.
So let me put these numbers in real quick and see what I see. I'm put up 135 calendar days is what this tour. Okay, it's coming up under this tour. So off the top, 135 equals the Twin Towers, okay? Ritual equals 135, y'all. Ritual. This is crazy. And get this, D'Angelo is popping up. And we all know those were some separate to the vices around Angie Stone and all that stuff. That's popping up too with this 135. Surveillance. I keep saying this. Why in the world ain't they showing any surveillance? I'm back. This is what they would put on this poster. And something's telling me to put on back in there. I don't know why, y'all. Something tells me to put on back in there. In gematria. Okay, 135 also equals rings of power, y'all. Okay, so I am going to put on back in there. I just want to see what will pop up, y'all. Just curious, y'all.
Good.
So I'm back equals 39 in gematria. Batman is popping up, and y'all know every time somebody know somebody got to go or whatever, that Batman pops up that know they got to go. And this makes me think about the shaving of the eyebrows, the shaving of the head. 39 also equals touchdown, and I tell y'all all the time, touchdown pops up every single time. And y'all remember when I did the numbers a little bit before in the video, and the dump truck kept popping up and stuff like that, like some kind of dump truck or something like that. That just popped up again in 39 on back. Why is that still popping up, y'all?
What's up, y'all? It's Thursday. I hope everybody out there is happy and healthy. So let's go ahead and get down. So I want to talk about the situation dealing with Lil Jon. We all know, if you don't know, he lost his son, Nathan Smith, aka DJ Young Slade. And he went missing on February the 3rd, 2026, of course. And the reports state that he ran out of his Milton, Georgia home around 6 a.m. and he could be disoriented and things of that nature. Now, reports further stated that Nathan left the house with no cell phone, he didn't have any shoes on, and they were worried for his safety, of course, right? And so they began to look for Nathan. After a while, the fire department, local law enforcement, and so forth and so on, right? And so they ended up discovering his body on February the 6th. Now, Nathan's body was found in a pond in Mayfield Park near his residence in Milton, Georgia. Now, I have a little bit of juice in Atlanta. I lived there for 14 years, and I've been hearing that a lot of people within the area suspect that there's some type of foul play that has transpired that led to Nathan's death. And I'm also hearing that a rapper from Atlanta that we all are familiar with, I'm not going to disclose his name at this particular point in time, but I have sent him a DM, but he's been on record stating that Lil Jon knows what he did. Now, let me be honest with y'all. Even though I have all of these text messages and emails that were provided to me about a week ago as it pertains to the situation, I decided to sit on it and not put it out because it's hard for me to fathom that Lil Jon would have anything to do with sacrificing his son, given the fact that I met him on a couple of occasions. He's the coolest dude I've ever met in the industry, very down to earth. He stays the fuck out of the way. He minds his business. But like they all say, you can't put anything past anyone because we all know that the music industry in Hollywood is an absolute beast. And some of these individuals that are in the game, you don't even know the half of what they had to give up and what they had to do to get into the position that they are now currently in. So it's not above the realm of possibility, but I will say that when I first saw Nathan Smith and his transformation before he passed away, the first thing that came to my mind when he ultimately went missing and then turned up deceased, unfortunately, was that this brother was dibbing and dabbing in probably some heavy, big time drugs. Now, I could be wrong, but the first thing that came to my mind is that this brother took something that his body just couldn't handle, right? My mind didn't automatically transition to the thought process that Lil Jon was behind the passing of his son. And I still feel that way. But there's some folks that feel differently. And so what I want to do right here is turn your attention to a couple of clips where people are talking about this in its entirety. And it's very interesting.
Damn, that's sad. So if y'all ain't heard, cause we know Lil Jon was just set to perform at the Super Bowl, right? But then he gotta deal with this. Lil Jon's son, Nathan Smith, been missing for like over a week now. They say he was last seen at 6 o'clock a.m. at his house in Milton. But y'all, it was kind of weird because they say he ran out naked. No phone, no wallet, no shoes, no keys, no nothing. And damn, y'all, so the police did announce that they did find a body in a Milton pond, and they believe it was Nathan Smith. And right now, they said that they don't think there was any foul play. I mean, that seemed a little weird. Like, that don't seem like somebody trying to, plan to run away. It seemed like that was an emergency or something, And y'all, they said he was 27 years old. You think, how can a 27-year-old drown himself in a pond? Is ponds that deep? And prayers out to the family and everything, man, and Lil Jon. Now, do y'all think Lil Jon still gonna perform? And I know a lot of conspiracy theories about to go crazy. Comment down below and y'all let me know what y'all thinking.
Bro, what the is going on, bro? What the hell happened to Lil Jon's son, bro? If y'all know Lil Jon, right, the rapper, he's literally a legend, bro. His son was found in a pond. They say that he went missing and he was found in a pond. What possibly could have happened to this young man? This is insane, bro. And the story is very, very weird and wicked. Like, that definitely is a little bit fishy right there. I looked on Google, there was no cause of death, there was no evidence or nothing. They just simply found him in a pond, deceased. Something ain't given. Something is going on. My condolences go out to Lil Jon and his family. This is insane right here, man. We need answers. A lot of stuff, a lot of weird stuff going on right now. A lot of crazy accusations, a lot of stuff going on with the celebrities now, bro. What is really going on?
The famous crump era pioneer Lil Jon's son, Nathan Smith, or his stage name DJ Young Slade, has just been found unalive. So it's been reported Tuesday he ran out of his house, left his phone for unknown reasons. Everybody's been looking for Nathan Smith, trying to figure out his whereabouts, where did he go, and what threw everybody off was he left his phone, so zero communication. And they just found this man's body in a pond. He lived in Milton, Georgia. I'm not sure where the pond is located. But if y'all know, let me know in the comment section. But this is the crazy part. There are a lot of rumors going around saying that Lil Jon might have sacrificed his son. I personally don't believe that, but this is the rumor that's going around. And his son passed away at the age of 27. So if y'all not familiar with 27, it's a lot of famous celebrities and entertainers that pass away.
Now, I was finna tell y'all something. If you get a chance, homework. Yeah, homework. There's a video by my dog, Truth Is, that pertains about the 27 Club. Okay? Let me say that again. There's a video published by my dog, The Truth Is, talking about the 27 Club with these artists who passed away at the age 27. Yes, I'm talking about all the way down to Cobain. Ooh-wee. If somebody was in front of a computer or their phone right now, who is that? Let me see, Lori. Let me see, Tracy. Type in all of the celebrity artists that passed at the age 27. Watch the list that's gonna come up. Watch. And I want you to write that list down in the comment box. Matter of fact, yeah, Tracy, do that. Lori, let me see, Lori. Cobain. Type in Cobain and see. Lori, Cobain and see how old he was when he passed. Because I want y'all to really understand, this is very serious. This is a very situation that is real, because him passing at the age of 27 and being involved with who he is, you don't even know if that really was already put together. That boy could have been breaking down knowing what was going to happen. You get what I'm saying? And I think that's the worst case, because you wouldn't have thought that it really mattered. You understand what I'm saying? You wouldn't even have thought that mattered. But when dude just said that about the 27 Club, oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, that sounds like that's about accurate. Okay, Lori just said Cobain on it. I know I ain't tripping. You understand? Oh, that's what I'm saying. Thank you. Right. And I remember seeing this a while back. I'm talking about, I seen this back when before No Filters, before No Filters, before fam, before we got popping in there. I seen this so long ago, fam. 27 Club. What's that other girl that sing White Girl with the Black Hair? She passed away at 27. Famous. She had a big name. She had a strong voice. Skinny little body, but she had a strong voice. But she sounded strong. I can't think of her, but she was a good, famous voice. Man, what is this girl? Amy Wine. There we go, Chris. Amy Winehouse. Tammy said Amy too. Yeah, Amy Winehouse. That's what I'm talking about. Jimi Hendrix. That's what I was talking about too. Jimi Hendrix. Cobain. Amy Winehouse. They all was 27. They was in the 27 Club, is what I'm saying. Like it's something to sign up for type thing. Oh no, it was a couple of them, Lori. But I'm just saying, like, okay, Aaliyah probably see what I'm saying? So now that's what I meant. So now that plays an extra option to think, like, okay, did he already know he was finna pass? He got involved with them people thinking it'd have been this, but he found out it was that. You know what I'm saying? That's a difference, fam, when we talking about that. But just to hear that is like, wow. I had to drop that knowledge on you. Hit that like button, double tap that screen.
Or get unalive at that mysterious age. They call it the 27 Club. I mean, I personally want to send my condolences to Lil John and his family and friends. I don't think his son was sacrificed.
What I'm talking about.
I believe his son might have been going through depression or a mental issue. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I gotta say what's going on through the industry, in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's saying that, you know, he put his son up for sacrifice or whatever, but I highly doubt that, man. But it's unfortunate, man. Man, rest in peace to DJ Young Slade.
Super Bowl 60. We done took out more than 60 people for this right here. Took out a lot of people. Look. Listen, even Lil Jon's son dead at 27. He joined the 27 club. Lil Jon equals 27. Son dead at 27. Let's not forget Rich Rock equals 27. That's a 27 club. Exactly. Yesterday, we took out the 3 Doors Down lead singer. 3 Doors Down equals 47. He's dead at 47. Today's the anniversary of their first album dropping 26 years later. He's dead in the year 26 from cancer. Cancer equals 26. This numerical code is better than I swear. They don't get it. How about the missing NBC News anchor Today Show woman, Mom? She's missing that.
Yo, real talk, because hit that like button, double tap that screen. Shout out to you, Theo. Nicole in the building. You know what it is. For the people in the back. Let me tell you something. You ain't lying. Because a bathtub getting drowned, just yourself, man, listen, stop playing with us. You got to be a baby person to still be drowning yourself in the bathtub. Ain't nobody just falling out in no tub. We not in the water deep. This ain't the deep water. We not on the deep end. You understand? This is the baby infant end that this man that passed away in. To me, it sounds like somebody got him, dropped him off at the pond, put some water on him, he made a call, and now everybody looking around and see this man at the pond. Allegedly. Make it make sense, fam, because that ain't making no sense. Ain't a piece about it or nothing about it to me makes sense. And it's funny, too, because you know what I hate about when it comes to this and what we're doing right now? They never want you to make your own perception of what happened. They don't want you to make your own hypothesis. They don't want you to even create a hypothesis of what happened, anything. But yet their story sounds so stupid, so dumb, so illiterate, so less, so beneath, that we can't do nothing but draw up our own conclusions. This is what we doing here. We reacting in this pod. This is a react pod. So we gonna draw up our own. We gonna read in between the lines. You can't expect me to be like, oh, okay, make sure you say allege and make sure you don't really mean what you say. No, stupid. The stories they come with sound so dumb, so meaningless that we literally have to create our own story to make it make sense. Woo, Lord Jesus. There you go. They story sounds so stupid that we gotta create something to make sense of it. You hear what I just said? Hit that button. Hit that. You better hit that like button, double tap that screen, get smacked. You better hit that, double tap that screen. And I just said, they stories sound so incomplete and out of whack and so stupid that we gotta make up something to make it make sense. We gotta make up scenarios and theories of a situation because their story is so wrong. It's so wrong that we got to make it make sense ourselves. And we can just look at it and be like, okay, well, if you running out the house, you running out the house because the house on fire, somebody in the house in danger, somebody endangering you. You running and see your kid getting in trouble, some kid about to get hit by a car, you about to save their life. A dog can finna be getting hit, a cat can finna be getting hit. You can see 2 kids fighting real quick, you finna run outside. These are all reasons why you gonna run outside with your phone still in the house, unattended. You gonna run outside because the car running still, you forgot to cut it off. You gonna run outside because you trying to hurry up and pull the trash because the drag people pulling up and you forgot to pull the trash. I got reasons to run out the house while my phone's still sitting there. You better hear me. Don't sit up in here and act like we ain't did this or no that, or act like we don't know what ain't normal and what's retarded. That boy ran out the house with his eyebrows shaved off. What in God's name got you shaving your eyebrows? You better tell somebody that's the devil sitting up in here shaving your eyebrows because you don't even know who you are no more. You better hear me. Something got a hold of you that ain't right. Something got a hold of you that's demonic. Something or some being has got a hold on you. And at the end of the day, somebody should open his mouth and told somebody what's going on. Or somebody always know what's going on. And they know he signed up for it. Funny how we look at Castanet. He get initiated, he get involved, and all of a sudden now this boy walking around looking like something he ain't never looked like in his life. Talking like he ain't never talked in his life. Everything he talk about is serious. Boy ain't smiling no more. Every time he walk around, he's just serious. The boy don't feel happy no more. He just walk around serious. The boy ain't glad no more. He walk around serious. The boy don't care no more. He walk around serious. He here to push a method in a narrative that you can do what thou will. You understand? That ain't making no sense. That ain't right. And now you walking around with the #1 weirdest child alive that Will Smith done birthed in this earth and what they've done to him. And yet we got to look at this and say, oh, this normal? Oh, we got to look at this and say this what he is now? Or we got to accept that? I refuse. We got to make it make sense for Castanet. Everybody want to say, well, he's stressed out. He been working so hard. Everything has been in front of him. He has no real help. Shut it up in here. Because we know if it walk like a, talk like a, it is. And we here to inform, understand, and be aware about it. Castanet don't get no pass when that boy walking around looking like a robot. But yet we over here trying to figure out and giving them excuses. And now we talking about Lil Jon's son is gone from the earth. And that could have been for selfish reasons or reasons that felt selfish. Selfish. But he's no longer here. He is no longer here. At all. And you can't do nothing about it. So I tell you, fam, no respect for people like that that'll sit there and move their son out the way for their future. Because when you have kids, your life don't matter too much no more. Everything about that child, that kid, and everybody else with them is what matters to more. That's all that matters. And some people don't love their kids that much. Some people don't love their kids to the point to where, oh my God, I could never lose my child. How could I remove my child for my own selfish reasons? Some people don't see things like that. Some people don't feel like that. And I think that's a very, very, very serious thing. Because unconditional love means unconditional. That means unlimited time. That means you got to understand how serious it goes, because when you are chosen to give your life for $100 million, when you are chosen to give your life for material that can burn, tear, deteriorate, that means your life is worth nothing. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. We ain't done.
84. Her daughter's name equals 84. She went missing on Sunday equals 84.
All right, so you guys just heard all of that, right? And these are the comments from some of those videos that I put together. And you can see people in the comments boldly stating that something is wrong with this particular situation. There's a lot of people that are saying that, hey, he was running from something when he ran out the house with no phone, no clothes on. There's a lot of people saying that it was an absolute sacrifice. There's a lot of people are saying that Lil Jon did this for more fame, given the fact that he was already more famous. There's more goals and things of that nature that he wants to achieve, and this was the route to take. Now, I do want to ask this question. It's very clear and evident that Lil Jon knew that his son was missing and that he had no contact with his son for over a week. I don't know if Lil Jon just took it as, hey, he's a grown man, probably doing his own thing. But for me, if I can't get in contact with my son in 24 hours, I'm already panicking. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my son.
Right.
And so for him not to make contact with his son for a whole week. I'm pretty sure he was busy with obligations. It just seems fishy to me that Lil Jon wouldn't do a physical check-in with his son. That's all I'm asking. I'm not trying to imply anything here. I'm just asking the simple question. Now, another question I have is who was there with him? And how did they know that he ran out of the house with no clothes on and no cell phone? No form of communication on him whatsoever. Somebody had to be there. Who was there with him? You know what I'm saying? Right. And what you're watching now is a tribute that Lil Jon posted on his Instagram. I can't play the audio because it's Mariah Carey featuring Boyz II Men, One Sweet Day. And he posted also a tribute to his son. And I want to take the time to read to you all what he had to say. But again, let's revert back to that question. Who was there in the house with that young man? But anyway, Lil Jon says here, I am extremely heartbroken for the tragic loss of our son, Nathan Smith. His mother, Nicole Smith, and I are devastated. Nathan was the kindest human being you would ever meet. He was immensely caring, thoughtful, polite, passionate, and warm-hearted. He loved his family and the friends in his life to the fullest. Then he goes on to say he was an amazingly talented young man, a music producer, an artist, an engineer, and graduate of NYU. We love Nathan with all of our hearts and are incredibly proud of him. He was loved and appreciated in our last times together. We're confident in knowing that we expressed that very same sentiment to him. All right, so in my honest estimation, there's no reason to take this thing to space and speculate any further. I hope that they're doing a full-on investigation. And in my honest opinion, I think that there needs to be a toxicology report done to eliminate the presence of any type of drugs or anything that could have been administered to him that led to him basically leaving the house like he did. Now, another thing that I want to focus in on is the 27 Club, because we hear that being mentioning a lot as it pertains to Lil Jon's son situation. And it's a real thing because we're talking about celebrities that have passed away at the age of 27 that were more popular than Nathan. All right, so we're talking about the likes of Jimi Hendrix, Jim Morrison from The Doors, Amy Winehouse, Janis Joplin, and it's important to note that everyone didn't die from a DRUG overdose, Clive Davis. But one particular name that I want to mention, and we're going to transition to his story, is Kurt Cobain. Now, for those of you who don't know, Kurt Cobain was the lead singer for the group Nirvana in the 90s, right? And he also passed away at the age of 27. He was found deceased on April the 8th, 1994, in a greenhouse at his home in Seattle, right? And the reports back then state that it was a self-inflicted wound that he offed himself, basically. Now it seems as though that they're changing their tune on this, and they're saying that they have reason to believe that this was they're saying that Kurt Cobain did not off himself. They have new evidence that suggests that Kurt Cobain was off by someone, and all fingers are pointing to his ex, Courtney Love. I want you guys to check out these two clips, and I'll be back.
Do you guys remember this documentary, Soaked in Bleach, about Kurt Cobain? Well, it's looking like that totally might not be just a conspiracy theory. Just yesterday, his passing away was labeled up by independent investigators. They're claiming that there were inconsistencies at the crime scene that say that he wouldn't have done it himself. The independent forensic review was done by a group of private researchers, including forensic specialist Brian Burnett. They reviewed autopsy and scene materials, concluding that the evidence points to... They're alleging that the scene was staged to look like, and that Kurt Cobain couldn't have done it to himself because he would have been immobilized by the amount of that were in his system, which Kurt Cobain was known for using, but not the level of amounts that they found. This is from the documentary, by the way, not real. The allegations are that there was a lack of blood spatter, especially on the hands, whereas if somebody had done this to themselves, it would be present. Also, in the autopsy, they found organ damage that suggests that he would have had severe oxygen deprivation. That means he could have been unconscious before the shot. And then they also said that the crime scene was eerily clean, claiming that it was just too tidy for a self-inflicted wound. And then the receipt being in his pocket, how convenient. The team also raised questions about the authenticity of the handwritten note and that lines had possibly been added at the end by somebody else. Something about all this is definitely giving me the vibes from this documentary. And if you remember who this was specifically pointing the finger to at the time for being behind this, as far as that goes, Seattle PD is saying that the case is closed, that they will not be reopening the investigation. Our detective concluded that he died by, and this continues to be the position held by this department. So any other people or motives that could be behind this, we may never find out.
It's 2026, and I just want to say, all of you who called me crazy about this whole theory, I told you guys that Kurt Cobain did not unalive himself in 1994. I told you all. I knew it was all staged. I don't know who it was. I have my suspicions, Courtney Love. But I told you guys, this was not on my bucket list for 2026, but I'm so glad it is. There's new evidence, it's getting looked into. If you haven't read the article, go read it. I'll try to drop it in the comments. I don't know how to process any of this, so I'm gonna go back and continue reading it to educate myself more, but I just want to end this. I told you all.
All right, so you guys just heard all of that, and if you take a look at the comments, it's just flooded with Courtney Love's name, also with a guy named Dave Grohl, I believe that's how you pronounce it, but I've always suspected that Courtney Love was behind it, but she may not be, right? And I could be incredibly wrong here, but something just tells me on the inside that Courtney Love at least knows what happened to Kurt Cobain, and the fact that they're so reluctant to reopen this investigation lets me know that they're protecting someone. But anyway, I'm gonna let this go right here. I want you guys to feel free to drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about everything I talked about. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and if you're new here, consider subbing to the channel. I'll deal with you guys later. Have a beautiful day.
Zorro.com knows that every job is important. And for more than 10 years, Zorro.com
his son who had been missing, and I'll give you guys the backstory in a minute, but his son had been missing. Police believe that his son is no longer here with us and that they found him in a lake. Lil Jon, legendary rap artist. Lil Jon, the East Side Boys, everybody pretty much know. You know, man, just sad, bro. You lose a son, man. You know, and again, this is what the police believe.
Always appreciate you hitting that like button for me. Subscribing to the channel so you don't miss an episode, and sharing this with the world. You all know what it is, man. Hit that like button, double tap that screen right now. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. It's the reason why we're here to do it, because we're here to save your life. Double tap that button, hit that like button, double tap that screen. It's a real thing. Biggest thing I want to say is this understanding right here. If he was in the 27 Club, Lil Jon knew it. If he had MK going on in his brain, Lil Jon knew it. If any pressure was coming from anyone outside of Lil Jon and his son that was a part of the industry that could press him to do something, Lil Jon knew it. There's not too much of nothing right now Lil Jon didn't know and don't know. Because at the end of the day, his son ain't finna just run out the house for nothing. His son ain't just shaving off his eyebrows for nothing. It's not for nothing. And I think that's the problem, because people think this is not no lose your brain, psychological, I'm going crazy, no, this ain't none of that. Lil Jon knew what it is, and he know why it is. And I think now it's up to you and I to accept what it is. Because at the end of the day, if you don't fall, and if you don't stand for something, you're gonna fall for anything. And if you don't believe, then you're gonna die without. And I think those are the serious things right now that we have to really take a note for and understand. If you don't stand for something, you're gonna fall for anything. And we will not fall for this trickery, this ignorance, and this foolery when they talking about Lil John and his son. R.I.P. to DJ Young Slade. R.I.P. to Lil Jon's son. He ain't deserve whatever it was that came. As always, fam, you know the deal. One way to do it only right here with your boy Dilla T and my fam. Here at No Filters. As always, fam, I truly appreciate you pulling up, taking your time out to enjoy yourself with her and my family all week. Truly appreciate you just being a part of this, liking the channel, subscribing to the episode, sharing this with the world. As always, that's always been all that we want to do, and to make sure that the world knows every and all things that's going on. Because at the end of the day, fam, we're here to bring light to darkness. We're here to inform, understand, and be aware that if it walk like a duck, talk like a duck, it's a duck. And this is duck hunting season, fam. As always, family, you know what the deal is. Never forget the raffle. One woman, one man will win a raffle, No Filters classic hoodie. Any choice, any color of your choice. Signed by your boy Dilla T. Sponsored by Nene Love Savvy TV in the building always. As always, family, never forget. You see the cash app. You see the super chat. You see the stickers. Whatever you can do, whatever you choose to, is truly appreciated donations. As always, you know what it is with your boy, understanding. When you come in, you make sure you get you something to eat. You make sure you get you something to drink. And you make sure you get you something to smoke if that's what you do. Cause you see the title, fam. You in here with your boy Dilla T and my fam. And this is No Filters. Good night, family. Have a beautiful weekend. Y'all be safe all weekend. God bless.